one can work toward final nirvana in the Pure Land atmosphere. The 13th century monk Nichiren was the latest of the great Buddhist reformers. For Nichiren, the Lotus Sutra was not only the supreme scripture, it was the only true scripture. Nichiren believed himself to have been a leading disciple of the Gautama Buddha in a prior life. And now he saw himself as the one true interpreter of Buddhist enlightenment. Though he was popular with the common people, Nichiren considered them unable to understand the mysteries of the Lotus Sutra. So he proposed a radically simplified version for their use. Nichiren predicted foreign invasions, and he saw his prophecies fulfilled when the Mongols attacked Japan in 1274. When Nichiren proclaimed that certain recently deceased government notables were in the Buddhist hells, he was exiled for a time, and he spent his last years in seclusion.
You know, Zen is very popular in the sense that you could say the reason it's very simple and very direct and very methodic. A popularity does say something, but at the same time, when people begin practicing it, they begin encountering themselves. And most people didn't expect that, so that's when they leave, but actually that's when they should stay.
Zen Buddhism has become one of the most familiar forms of Buddhism in Western countries. The 12th century monk Eisai has been called the founder of Zen Buddhism in Japan. But this is only partly true. While studying in China, he met some Chan teachers, and upon returning to Japan, he sought to introduce more of the Chan teachings about meditation into Tendai Buddhism. But he was ejected from the Tendai sect for his pains. He went to Kamakura, where the new military-class regents were controlling Japan, and there he found favor. So Zen became prominent as the religion of the samurai, and it seemed to suit them.
Empty has kind of a negative connotation again, and it's very misunderstood, but there's a traditional way of looking at emptiness, okay? There's three parts to it, and one is theoretical. We call it theoretical Zen, and that's when form is emptiness, and emptiness is form. And that's just the thinking mind, that things become one. And the second part is Tathagata Zen, and here is where there's no emptiness and no form. That's the second part. And basically, nothing can be said at this point. No words can describe it. It's just quiet. And the third part is form, emptiness is emptiness. So these three things are very important. And you will go through that kind of spectrum in studying Zen. And the third part is the highest value in the sense that the sky is blue, grass is green. We come back to seeing reality just as it is. And the first couple of parts is negating reality, because we've already conditioned ourselves to be separated from reality. And this is how emptiness plays a major part in Zazen or meditation practice.
The philosophical emphasis of Japan's Zen Buddhism was based on Nagarjuna's doctrine of emptiness, the idea that words and doctrines are not ultimate truth. But overall, the central objective of Zen Buddhism is to attain the Buddha mind. The immediate goal of Zen is seeing into one's true nature as a human being, to see that it is Buddha nature. Here one attains enlightenment by realizing the ultimate reality of our daily existence, when it is rightly perceived. Buddhist meditation clearly aims at reducing the emotional fever of life. It produces a clear, calm mindedness that sees things as they truly are, without the distortions of self-concern, hopes and fears, loves and hatreds. Meditation frees the meditator from the distortions that so often determine what we think, feel and do. Here the world and the self are seen in a refreshingly new way. The very essence of reality and existence cannot be confined to intellectualized statements about it. Life's vital force is to be experienced in every moment and every action, no matter how ordinary or trivial. Zen enlightenment is a state of mind freed from its cultural confines, and it becomes free and spontaneous in all its actions and awareness. The total self is fully engaged in every act and every experience. In Zen, every action is a truly Buddhist action.